It's Monday morning. It's time to talk about my top indie picks for this week for New Comic Book Day on November 3rd. Before we get to that, if you're new here, you haven't done so already, go hit the subscribe button down below. We are headed towards 1,000 subscribers, so all of your support is greatly appreciated. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you are looking forward to this week for New Comic Book Day, and drop a like on this video. Welcome back, everybody. Let's kick this off with my number 10 pick this week for top indie picks for New Comic Book Day. We've got Turbo Kid, Apple's Lost Adventure, number 2 of 2 from Happy Tank Comics, the Behemoth Comics imprint. I really enjoyed the art in the first issue, and if you've watched the movie, you're really going to appreciate the story, what's going on with Apple prior to her entrance in the movie. We have the original writers and directors of the first movie shotgunning us into Apple's own Fury Road with an intense post-apocalyptic chase, a beautiful and gory action-packed heart-decapitated felt moment taking place a few hours before the original cult movie. I really enjoyed the movie, and I really am enjoying this comic. It's only 2 issues, but they are expanding the Turbo Kid world. There's going to be a second movie. There's a video game coming. Lots of interesting things coming from the Turbo Kid franchise. So this comic is my number 10 pick this week. Moving on down, we got for number 9 from Black Mask Studios, we've got Destiny New York number 7 from Pat Shand, Rosi Comp, and Jen St. Ange may be doing the cover here. Completing a mystical prophecy. To Logan, it's nothing. Introducing your bong-smoking, perpetually naked, rich from mob money girlfriend to your parents, though? Not as easy. Meanwhile, something is awry at Destiny University as all of the students' prophecies are leaked to the public. Who could be behind this mystical doxing? I have really been enjoying the world that Pat has built here in Destiny New York. It's a magical world, but it's also packed with real characters. Like, they, not just background characters. When we talked to Pat on our show before, he said that he built the world in mind that anybody in the background could be a main character. And so it definitely shows in this story, and we keep exploring more and more of those characters, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's my number 9 pick this week from Black Mask Studios. Coming in for number 8, I have a one-shot here from Aftershock called After Dark. This one has stories by Colin Bunn, Jim Starlin, Joe Pruitt, Frank Thierry, with art by Cliff Richards, Nicole Kellenick, Simon Kudransky, and Joe Isma. And it's got a creepy cover here by Tony Harris. Tales from the Crypt meets the Twilight Zone. 4 tales of horror, lost souls, and things that go bump in the night. Perfect for Halloween just happening. This was supposed to come out before Halloween, but we had, of course, some delays going on. But I think this is going to be a great story, or set of stories to check out. It is in the larger format that Aftershock's been doing for their one-shots. So that's pretty cool. It's a one-shock instead of a one-shot from Aftershock. Put it all together. But yeah, that is my number 7 pick this week. After Dark, one-shot from Aftershock Comics. For number 6, I've got one that I missed when it first came out. I thought I wasn't going to like it. And then I was told that this issue was going to be something I would like. And so I went back and read issue number 1. I really enjoyed it. And that's Frontiersman number 2 that's coming out this week from Image Comics. We've got Patrick Kindlon writing, Marco Ferrari doing the art, and Maurizio Rosenweig doing this cover art here. 150 feet up a tree and all over the news. Frontiersman is just asking to be attacked. An old foe obliges, and he's a cosmic menace to boot. But does Galaxy Prime have a more complex motive for the battle? Yes. And I know what that is, because the person who told me I would like this has seen an advanced version of it, and yeah, it's going to be good. It's a cool story that they've got going on here, and looking at a retired superhero and you know, kind of how he's living his life now that he's trying to stay out of the spotlight, and what is it that's going to bring him back into the spotlight here. Found that out in issue number 1, but this looks like it's going to be a continuing interesting series that they've got going on here. And so it's my number 7 pick this week for New Comic Book Day. Coming in for number 6 this week from Aftershock Comics again, we've got Campisi the Dragon Incident number 1 from James Patrick, Marco Locati, and a cover by Fran Galan. Sonny Campisi is learning that dragons are a pain in the keister. You can't fool them, you can't bribe them, and you can't kick their teeth in. On top of that, he has to stop some of the neighborhood idiots from trying to take care of the problem themselves with their beer muscles. And then, Sonny's mob boss, Mr. Rossi, is growing very impatient with this dragon situation and is about to make a very poor decision. And if Sonny can't manage every single problem, the neighborhood he grew up in will be burned to the ground. Each issue has 24 pages of story and a cardstock cover, which is pretty cool to set it up that way each time. A little bit extra story and good quality cover. So it is $4.99 price tag each issue though, instead of a $3.99, but quality is there. So this one just had issue number 4 is on FOC today, so that is the last issue. So I'm excited to see how this heads into kind of the big part of the action, and how they get rid of the dragon. So Campisi the Dragon Incident is my number 6 pick this week for New Comic Book Day. Coming in for number 5 from Scout Comics, I've got By the Horns number 7 from Marquesan Nasso and Jason Muir. Now an ongoing series. Yes, it was originally supposed to be 7 issues, and it's gonna keep on keeping on because this world is really cool that Marquesan and Jason have been able to build and develop, and I am so glad that they made that decision to make it an ongoing, because there's a lot more that they can tell in this world. And the Elodie's fight against the the unicorns has kind of gone away from that and become more a fight against the wizards of the world. And yeah, it's gotten pretty crazy. Stranded in the northern tundra of Artaxi, after narrowly escaping death, a very weary Elodie and her team travel toward the Arctic sleep to face the sorceress Feng Po. But are they already too late to stop her from stealing all the magic on the continent? So that is my number 5 pick this week for New Comic Book Day for indie titles. Coming in for number 4, I've got a new one from Vault Comics, The Rush, number 1. This hungry earth reddens under snow-clad hills. The Rush. 1899 Yukon Territory, a frozen frontier bloodied and bruised by the last great gold rush. But in the lawless waste to the north, something whispers in the hindbrains of men, drawing them to a blighted valley where giant spider tracks mark the snow and impossible guns roar into the night. To Brookhoof, where gold and blood are mined alike. Now stumbling towards its haunted forest comes a woman gripped not by greed, but the snarling rage of a mother in search of her child. From C. Spurrier and Nathan Gooden comes The Rush, a dark lyrical delve into the horror and madness of the wild Yukon. This looks like a great new series coming from Vault, so I am in on this and ready to check this one out. I've been loving a lot of the books Vault's been putting out, so this one I think is going to be no exception for me, and that is why it's my number 4 pick this week. Coming in for number 3, I've got Heathens number 1 from Aftershock Comics. This one written by Colin Bunn and Heath Amodio with art by Sammy Cavella. This just looks incredible off just the title and the cover. We've got pirates. When evil men and women escape from the depths of the eternal abyss, the pirate queen Lady She is sent to retrieve them. But when one of history's most notorious killers breaks free, even she needs help. Enter the heathens. She, Lucky Luciano, Bumpy Johnson, Sophia the Golden Hand, and Billy the Kid. From hell, they came to mete out a justice as dark as their own tormented souls. Yeah. Sounds like a winner to me. Colin Bunn's been putting out a lot of excellent work recently, and I am ready to check out another one coming from him. So that's my number 3 pick this week for top indie comics for New Comic Book Day. For number 2, I have another number 1, and this one is Laura from Guillaume March, being published by Ablaze Comics. And you know, the last time Guillaume March had a single name title come out, it was Carmen, and that was a beautifully told story, beautifully illustrated story as well. And so this one is actually from prior to him creating Carmen. Before his work on Batman and the hit Joker series, before he created Carmen, there was the heartfelt story of Laura, the book that led to Guillaume March to the mainstream comics world. Suffering from the ever painful experience of unrequited love, 20-year-old Laura takes a look at her life. Is the fact that the boy she has feelings for in love, or the fact that the boy she has feelings for is in love with someone else mean that there is something wrong with her? Or is it just how young love goes? And what will happen when she tries to get past the hurt and move on with her life? Laura is an exploration into the mind of a young woman who is experiencing something most people have, but in an honest and beautiful way that only Guillaume March can bring us. I loved Carmen. I love his art from Batman and Joker. So I am very excited to check this one out and see if this is that same level of beautiful story like Carmen was. And yeah, so that is my number 2 pick this week from Ablaze Comics. Taking me into my number 1 pick this week, it is The Me You Love in the Dark, number 4 of 5 from Scotty Young and Jorge Corona from Image Comics. As Rose's isolation takes a turn toward the dark, a series of events reveals more of the true nature of her mysterious companion. This has been... It's been a wholesomely haunting tale up until the last issue, and it got a little less wholesome, but hints of even more of the not so wholesome side of haunting coming in this issue, and I've been loving this. I can't wait to see where they take this story. I'm loving Scotty Young's writing on this, and Jorge Corona's art is just incredible. So this is easily becomes one of my most anticipated books when it comes out. And so this week it is my number 1 pick. The Me You Love in the Dark, number 4 of 5. And that's it. That is my top 10 picks this week for indie comics for New Comic Book Day on November 3rd. So if you made it here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go hit that button down below. Subscribe. Let me know what you're looking forward to this week for New Comic Book Day. And if you liked the video, hit the button. There's a little thumbs up button. Hit that. Thanks everybody for watching. As always, collect what you love. See you next time.